In this short talk, Laura explores the power of the group in helping you tackle obstacles and limiting beliefs. Laura Cox, yes I can!
And when we are met with cynicism and doubt and people who tell us we can't, we will respond with that timeless creed that says, but yes, we can. 2008, the presidential election, Barack Obama, this is what he stated, those three key words that were used to inspire a generation. Now, Obama used that to motivate a nation. But how many of us, when we're faced with our own thoughts and our own obstacles in life, rather than say, yes, we can, respond with, no, I can't? How many hands up? It's a common thought within life. We have a lot of limiting beliefs that prevent us from achieving what we want. Those have been built up over time through consciously and unconsciously. And sometimes what we need is to go outside ourselves to really break those beliefs. In September, I booked a holiday to Bali. It was a group tour. It was something I hadn't done before, and that was quite scary in itself because I was going into a tour where I didn't know anyone, but it was something I really wanted to do. I'd never been before, and it would be a trip of a lifetime. Now, one of the activities on this tour, on the itinerary, was to climb Mount Batur, a famous volcano. Now, Mount Batur is 1,717 metres above sea level. I remembered that fact. And it'll take approximately 2 hours to climb. Now, this was to be the pinnacle of the trip, a really magical experience. You're going to be climbing through the darkness to see the sunrise. So it'd be something that would be stunning, something not to be missed. But if you were like me, if you were going to be a climber, you know, a seasoned climber, this was probably not going to be a daunting experience. But for someone like myself, where my most recent climb was probably going up walking up the escalators on the tube rather than just going up it, it was going to be a little bit more of a challenge. So when we woke up at 2:30 in the morning, my initial grogginess masked my trepidation about what lay ahead. So it wasn't until we were on the journey in the bus to the foot of the mountain that all of those kind of limiting beliefs and those thoughts started coming about. And when they started coming thick and fast. So what have you done? This is going to be terrible. You're really unfit. You're going to be at the back. This is going to be embarrassing. And finally, what have you done? Added with a couple of expletives into it as well. And when I looked around at other people that were on the trip, you could see that some people, it was a mixed group, mixed ability, but some people are a bit more fitter than others. Some people looked like they were barely going to break a sweat. This wasn't going to be something that was going to be tough for them. And talk of marathons while we're on the bus didn't really help matters. So we set off on the journey, and there was about 15 Balinese guides that were taking us there, and they separated us between about 15 of us across the group. And I asked one, I was like, how often do you do this? You know, expecting, like a couple of times a week maybe, this was going to be a challenging. And he's like, with a wide smile, every day. So I was like, okay, I don't really have much to say about this. But then, so we set off, and the climb was going to be separated into two parts. So the first bit was quite a steep, rocky climb, where we couldn't really see what was in front of us. We just had head torches, which is quite good. You couldn't really see what was going on in front, because if you could, it would just be a bit of a nightmare ahead of the game. And everyone was quite chipper to start with. Everyone was quite motivated. And I was encouraged by a fellow compadre who was along my fitness lines. And when I say that, I generally mean poor fitness lines. But she was motivated that we were going to succeed and that we could do it. So that encouraged me. There was at least 3 people behind me at the back. So, I wasn't doing too badly. When we got to the first summit, there was an option to stop. So I could have gone in and gone, right, this is it, this is me, I'm going to stop here. But the view, the sunrise, wouldn't have been as good. So 3 people, the ones that were behind me, stopped. So I was like, oh no. So those limiting beliefs started up again. They were like, what are you going to do? You've made it this far. Maybe you should just stop. This is going to be really embarrassing now. You're definitely going to be at the back. Let's just stop. But then the group, some of them seeing what I'd kind of thought about, they kind of interrupted those flow of thoughts. And they were like, you've come this far, like, you know, you've not got that much far to go. It's going to be a bit tough to do the final push, but it'll definitely be worth it to see the sunrise. You should really do it. So as it turns out, my FOMO is stronger than my fear of failure. So I carried on and went to the second summit. And for a group of people that didn't know each other 5 days earlier, what was really encouraging was how everyone pulled together. The group made sure that no one was left behind, i.e. me, and that we all walked on and that everyone reached the summit together, and at the end of it there was a real sense of camaraderie and achievement, and everyone kind of got together, and that view was stunning, and also didn't miss out on some key Instagram pictures, which if I'd stayed at the second one I definitely wouldn't have got. So to conclude, Dale Carnegie said, if you want to conquer your failure, you need to not just sit in the house and kind of think about it, you need to get out and get busy. And the group, they really pulled me out of those limiting beliefs and those failures and definitely helped me achieve. And to go back to my friend Barack Obama, I would just say, yes I can and yes I did.